Hello and welcome to another live stream. Today we are back in the Legend of Dragoon that I am currently playing on the PS3. This is a original PS1 game, 4-disc game that released back in 2009, and it is one of my favorite games of all time. We are in part 2 of our gameplay where we are going through the story. Through the campaign of this game. We're gonna go ahead and pick up where we left off. We just got out of hell in a prison, and we are currently running away from guards, essentially. So we are gonna go ahead and continue making our way through. So at this time, for party members, we do have our main character Dart. We have Lavitz, who's a knight, and we just rescued Dart's childhood friend Shauna from the prison. Now it does look like we need to do some healing here, so I'm gonna be spending a few rounds doing some guarding to get some life back. Thankfully we only have one enemy here to deal with, so it'll make it fairly easy for us to go through and do our heals. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. It will take a few rounds though, and doing this method of using a guard heal instead of items can take some time, but it saves us on using items that we can in turn use on boss fights. So at this time we'll continue doing this. For the guard heal that we are doing here, it does heal for 1/10 of that character's max HP. So for Dart, he's healing for 15. Shauna's only going to heal for 9. And Lavitz gets to heal for 16. Because that is 1/10. And it's always rounded down. So, like with Shauna or Lavitz, where their HP is above, like 160 for 16, it always rounds down for that 1/10. So at this point we should have enough HP to get us through. Lavitz can use one more, but we'll go ahead and have Dart attack. And we will continue trying to increase our additions as we're playing. And hopefully we will make a good amount of progress today. I am debating if I want to do any level grinds on stream or off stream. I'm not sure yet at this time. We're going to go ahead and enter the prairie here. We'll get a couple more cutscenes here as we try to escape from the guards that are after us. But hopefully we shouldn't run into any issues. Lavitz, can you keep up? Lavitz there is getting exhausted. Although they've all been running for a long time, so they're getting just a little bit fatigued. Lavitz gets shot with an arrow, although it looks like it just scrapes him, but you know, a wound is a wound. He's gonna continue trying to escape though. It's just a scratch, man. Hey Autonomic, thank you for joining and welcome. So we're just continuing our playthrough of The Legend of Dragoon. Picking up right where we left off from last stream. We just escaped hell in a prison, and now we're running away from the guards from the prison. Shauna doesn't want to be treated like a child anymore. She wants to keep coming with us. Lavitz thinks he can walk by himself, but we'll only get so far when someone just got shot in the knee with an arrow. Almost like that famous meme from Skyrim. I took an arrow to the knee, so I can't hunt anymore. We're gonna try and hide here. And thankfully it actually does work. We hide pretty well. There they are. They think they found us. They want the woman first. Of course, all men want women first. It's like, come out. It's like, no, no. It's just a poor little rat. Which is lucky for us, because we are actually hiding behind that tree, but that rat saves our ass. And I don't know if you could consider that coincidence, but it works. That was close. So we've got a couple different options on where we need to go. Here, we're going to get a little dialogue. It's too far to jump over. You know, that is quite a fast running river there. Definitely don't want to jump in. Currents probably kill a man. So we do have another random encounter here. We'll go ahead and see how this goes. What do we have? Oh, it's just another... Oh no, we got a mantis this time. Mantises are interesting. I don't know if that's what it's actually called. But for Shauna and Lavitz, I'm going to keep healing them. Oh, it is called a mantis. And this is a crescent bee that I'm going to go ahead and miss my attack on. That's a shame. But we'll get another try. 5 damage, even through a guard. That's quite a bit for this early in the game. But we don't miss our attack that time. And we get our double slash off. Green Altaroth. Yes, yes. That's exactly what it is. So for the most part, outside of boss fights, Shauna will be guarding because she has one specialty. And that specialty is best taken advantage of during boss fights. And I'll go ahead and demonstrate. Her normal, she does one shot, did 3 damage. She has no additions or anything like that. She just shoots 1 arrow, and it does very poor damage. And as you just saw there, she takes a lot of damage. So for the most part, we do just want to keep her guarding, so that way we can make use of her during said boss fights. Which we do have another one coming up here shortly once we get through this area. So we'll go ahead and use a harpoon with Lavitz, finish off this fight. And Shauna got a level up. She's now level 5. Awesome, we will take it. More levels she gets, the stronger she is. In the magic department, at least. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and go down this path here. Lavitz and his wounded knee is going to cause us to take a rest for a little bit. Shauna learning something new. That is actually so mean to say because they haven't seen each other for 5 years, and he's like, oh, there's no way you could have learned something new. That can't be right. It's like, no, it's been 5 years, bro. Except the fact that your childhood friend grew up too. So in this game, our main character, Dart, is actually 23 years old, and Shauna is 20. I don't know how old Lavitz is. I think he might actually be he's around the same age as Dart. He's in his early 20s somewhere. So I just activated that cutscene there before we went into the shed here, just to speed things up a little bit. But we do need to chop that tree down. But as Dart said, he doesn't want to dull his sword. So we do need to find an axe that we can go ahead and use to chop that tree down. Which is actually just inside the shed here, which we will have another cutscene to go through. But we will go ahead and do that as soon as we are done playing with these moles who just want to dig underground. Yes, they are called moles. And they actually, they don't take very much damage at all right now. But as we gain levels, they'll take more and more damage. But I think this is the only area we run into moles, and we're not here for very long, so it really doesn't matter, but they'll give us some good experience at least. This mole will now be dead. Thankfully, we have been able to complete all of our additions thus far. Haven't had any issues, thankfully. And hopefully, I will be able to keep that up for the rest of today's stream. Even though it just started, mistakes do always happen. But we will try our best to always land our additions. Because having that extra damage always helps. And just keep guarding with Shauna. We don't want her to accidentally die. She needs as much experience as she can get. I'm having issues talking today. Talking lessons with me. Learn how to talk. Or at least try not to talk so fast that your words try to jumble up. Hard to say. Either way, we did finish that. We got through it. No issues. Now we'll go ahead and activate this cutscene. Shauna is going to go ahead and attempt to do her version of first aid. Here you go, Sir Lavitz. Lavitz thinks it's much better, but we don't actually know what she did to the knee. All we know is he was sitting on a crate and she was on her knees. We don't know what really happened there. But we can assume that she was bandaging up her knee. So Shauna wants to know about Dart and what he's been doing for the last 5 years since he first left their village. So basically the backstory of Dart is he's on a mission of revenge. He was not born in Celis, I think it's Celis, but that's not where he was born. That's where he grew up since the age of 5. He's been there. But his actual hometown was destroyed. And as Shauna's mentioning here, the Black Monster, that is who Dart is after and wants revenge on. The Black Monster destroyed his village, which is called Neat, and killed his parents, along with everybody else in that village. There's only 3 survivors from that village, I believe. Lavis wants to know what the Black Monster is. But the Black Monster, in the lore of this game, has been around for over 100 years. It appears every 18 years, I believe, or every 20 years. No, it's 105 years. And no one knows why, but every time the Black Monster appears, the only thing that follows is destruction. Now, there is actually a reason for that, but we're going to get part of Dart's backstory here, back in Neat. Dart's hometown 18 years ago. Here we can see the Black Monster. Dart was 5 years old. Now, the Black Monster is actually not a bad guy. It just appears that way because the Black Monster has always just killed every person in every village that it's ever attacked. Here we get to see Dart's father and mother. Unfortunately, we will be led to believe that they die. Well, not led to believe. His mother definitely does die. Now, I should probably stop talking about this because I will end up giving away too much. But this scene here is actually very important later on, story-wise in the game. And it's quite exciting. I believe it is at the end of Disc 2, the beginning of Disc 3, is when we finally learn, when Dart, the character, learns the full truth. We can start putting pieces together long before that here in Disc 1. Between characters' personal dialogue. So we'll know the story, but then we have to continue going through the game, anxiously waiting for our main character, Dart, to figure out the truth. So Dart waited until morning, shivering out in the cold, before he returned to the village. Its sun revealed a foreign landscape to him because his village is in shambles. It's been destroyed. But he does find his father's trinket on the ground here that he's held on to ever since. And it's very important to Dart. But this trinket ends up becoming very important. And it's definitely not something we want to lose. But we will definitely learn more about this. I don't know if we will learn what this trinket actually is in this recording. We'll see how far we get. But we do learn what it is here in Disc 1. But yeah, Dart's just explaining he just came back from a journey to try and get revenge on the Black Monster, but he has not been able to complete that personal mission of his yet, because he hasn't been able to track down the Black Monster. Now at this point, and I don't think this will give anything away, but Dart has actually already met the Black Monster. Now, let's see if you, my viewers, can figure out who that was if you watched my first recording of this video. If not, we will run into the Black Monster again soon. But like I mentioned, the Black Monster is not a bad guy. It's just on a very specific mission to prevent something from happening. And it's actually quite sad once we learn the full story. So Lavitz is here talking about the dragon. It's a legendary monster that their enemies, the Sandoras, have added to their ranks, and they don't know how they gained control of a dragon. So they want to figure that out. Dragon? No way, such a thing can be used in war? It most certainly can. Any weapon of mass destruction that can be used in war shall be used in war. It always happens. When someone gets a new weapon of mass destruction, democracy just gets thrown right out the window. It's like, okay, we're going to use this. We'll make our enemies submit to us. That's how humanity is, and that's how humanity always will be. Dragon's advancing. But at some point, we will be able to stop the dragon. But that's not for a little while. Anyways, Lavitz says he has to go back to Endel's castle in Bale. He has to report everything to his king, which is King Albert. King Albert is an interesting guy. I think you guys will like him when we get to him. And Lavitz is inviting us along because the minister of his country, Minister Noish, might know something about the Black Monster. Minister Noish is I don't want to say a librarian, he's more like a historian, one of the only people in this world who actually learns about the past and might know some information that Dart does not know about the Black Monster. So he's excited to go. Shauna, she wants to go with Dart. She wants to stay with Dart because it's pretty obvious early on that Shauna is just absolutely in love with Dart, but Dart does not see it. All he keeps saying every time is like, "You're like a little sister to me. I can't look at you that way." It's heart wrenching. It's like, dude, get over the childhood friend thing. You've got a woman there that wants you. Take it. Cause that can be so hard to find. Just having someone who wants you, and you can't look past the fact that you've known them all your life. It's like, no, childhood friend or not, take the love where you can find it. But, human beings, unpredictable and stupid. Every single one of us. Now, granted, people are extremely smart, but even the smartest person in the world is stupid in another area. Now, whether or not you'll see what that area is really depends. But there's always one area where someone is very smart in, but another that they are very stupid in. It cannot be escaped. That is human nature. So they wanted to try and drag this log. I don't know why two men thought that they could try and hold an entire tree up off a cliff. Trees weigh a ton, hundreds of pounds, if not reaching close to 1,000. Why they thought they could pick that up, I have no idea, but it always makes me laugh, because they try anyways. It's like, come on, we can do this. But no, humans are weak, their muscles are not that big. But by a stroke of luck, it comes to where we wanted to take it anyways and get stuck for us. Yes, autonomic, I'm sorry. He does have bulging muscles, but those muscles are not bulgy enough to pick up that log. Sorry about that. Let's go ahead and grab this chest here. We have another Angel's Prayer, which revives a dead ally if we have an ally that ever dies in battle. So we'll go ahead and hold on to that just in case we might need it at some point. Alright, so we've got ourselves a mantis and a stupid little mosquito creature. What button? There we go. I had to find the right button there. As always, Shauna will be guarding. Lavitz. Oh, it's a vampire kiwi. That is what this is called. Vampire kiwi. It doesn't look like a kiwi to me, but it certainly does like sucking on that blood, so I can see the vampire part. I guess it's called vampire kiwi because of the colors. I guess he has the right colors to be a kiwi, but it's always been an odd name. Now that's not so good. The mantis decided to power up. So power up gives it extra defense and extra attack. So not only will we be doing half damage to it, he's going to be doing double damage to us. So it's now more important than ever to try and kill it. How much? 15. That is actually quite a bit. That is more than the... Actually, no, Lavitz can still heal more than 15. But it's still not a good sign. He's got a long nose like a kiwi. I might have getting things mixed up in my brain. But when I hear kiwi, what comes to mind is the fruit, kiwi. But I guess there is an animal called a kiwi, isn't there? So that might be the reference. Alright, what do we got here? Please die, Mr. Mantis. Alright, that mantis has died. So we will go ahead and take that. We got 20 experience divided by 3. We've still got a long ways until we get another level up. So let's go ahead and talk to these vagrants here, homeless people basically. You look like a civilian. What is the matter? Kiwis are birds. Okay. I didn't realize that. I will... You know what? Just so I can have a frame of reference, let me look up a picture of a kiwi. Come here, Google. Need Google Images. Kiwi bird. Oh, okay. Okay. That monster makes much more sense now. Hold on, I am a knight of Basil. We should be allies. The guy is saying, I'm your enemy because I'm from Sandora. It's like, don't... mother there, the woman's like, don't say that, honey. You're gonna get us arrested. Now, fortunately for them, Lavitz is a really good guy. Like, he is stand up, he's honorable, he's an amazing guy. I love Lavitz. Like, if there's a high road to take, he is gonna take it. But these knights destroyed our lives. We couldn't stand living in Kazas and ran away from there. Please excuse us. You don't need to be excused. Sorry. You don't need to excuse yourself. King Albert lends a helping hand to sufferers, even those from an enemy country. What? King Albert actually runs a pretty solid country. He's a nice guy too. But he's not as good as Lavitz. And Lavitz like, son, are you hungry? And he's like, yes, I'm hungry. And see, Lavitz just gives him the food. Like, he is a stand-up guy. He's a great guy. If you go through here, you'll find a bale. You can go there if you like. But we don't know anybody. And here, Lavitz says, why don't you come live at my house? It's too big for my mother and myself anyway. Like, he cares. Lavitz cares about the people. He will offer up his own clothing if it meant helping someone else. But in this case, he's offering up his own house to complete strangers. He's a great guy. So we're going to go ahead and move on. And we are now in north of Serdio. We will go ahead and take a moment to start. Triangle. Haha. Gotta remember, PS1 controls. Even though I'm on a PS3, the controls are still that of PS1. So triangle brings up your menu. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and take a moment to save. I always save after each area, just in case something happens. Whether the PS3 decides to just die on me or if there's a power outage, I always want to make sure I keep my progress saved. I'm going to go ahead and check my additions to see how they're looking. So Dart's double slash is already level 4, and we have, what would that be, 17 more uses until it hits level 5. So at that time we will be able to move on to Volcano and start using that, because the max level is 5 and that's as far as we want to take it. And Lavitz's Harpoon is only level 2. We haven't had him as long as Dart, so this has a lot more to go. But once we finish getting Harpoon to level 5, we can go straight into Spinning Cane. And just to verify what I had said earlier, Shauna has no additions. She doesn't get any. She just shoots a bow. So she does not do much damage with that bow. She's not a physical attacker. All she does is magic. So with that out of the way, we have saved. We checked our additions. We're going to go into Limestone Cave. Now at the end of this cave, we will have another boss fight that we will have to take care of. But it's not that hard, especially with Shauna on our team. And a turbo controller. Turbo controllers are nice. So we just got ourselves another magic item there that we will make use of. Right, I don't know why I went that way. There's not anything over there. There we go. Alright, so the first enemies we get to fight in this cave are a couple of bats. Now, if they're actually called bats, I'm not positive on, but they look like bats, they fly like bats, And they're just as annoying as bats. They are screaming bats. And we will make them scream for sure. Hopefully scream dead. Now they don't have much HP on them, so they do die fairly quickly. But we will take every last ounce of experience that we can get. Because every little bit really does help. Especially when you need that crucial level up. Getting all the experience that you can get early on will always help. Now we've got a fun little area here. We get to ride on this here. So that is not where I wanted to end up. So we will go ahead and do this again. So we can grab 20 gold. That is not what I thought it was going to be. I see what I need to do. But we do have another random encounter here that we will go ahead and take. And we are going to run into more screaming bats and a pig. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and guard with Shauna. And that pig's name is an orc. Okay, not a pig, an orc. I'm sorry. But we're going to kill it anyways. Alright, so we're going to take out the screaming bats first, because we know we can kill them in one hit. And then we will save Sir Orc for last. Now he's going to go ahead and miss his attack on Shauna. So that way Dart and Lavitz can hopefully kill him with one attack each. But it does not look like that might be the case. We'll find out. No, Lavitz does less damage than Dart right now. And of course he can heal himself for 7. That's not too bad. We actually deal more damage than that. But if he does it twice in a row like that, that really doesn't help us, because now he's back in blue health. At least according to our arrow. Alright, he's in orange right now. Alright, let's go to Lavitz. I know you're only going to do 9 damage, but let's hope it's enough. And it was. And for that, we got ourselves 26 experience and 18 gold. Now, gold becomes very important in this game. We need a lot of it. Alright, so there's one more item that we can get through this here. And we just needed to take a slightly different path here so we can get to it. And that is the Bastard Sword. And that is a new weapon that we can give to Dart, which will give him extra attack. It'll take us from 13 to 18. That's an additional 5 attack, and that'll help a lot. And then we're going to go ahead and equip the Night Shield on Dart. It gives us an extra 10 defense, which will help us out. And we'll go ahead and start moving on through this area here. Now we've got ourselves some jumping stones, stepping stones, I guess is what they'd be called. He turns to Shauna. Shauna, be careful not to slip. Okay! And then we were just going to go through this. We're going to go ahead and grab all these items, because we do want them. We have a total vanishing there. Okay, right. Now we go this way. They're just going to wait there for us. Get a body purifier. And continue moving on. Shauna makes it through just fine, but Lavitz is going to go ahead and slip and almost fall. But Dart will go ahead and save him. Which I don't know how. If these rocks are slippery, I don't know how he can go ahead and just pull them up like that, but he does. Huff, huff, huff. This is the second time you've saved my life. I was just around, Dart says. Even though that was the case, I was lucky you were around. And from this point on, they form an unbreakable friendship. And then they get their own secret handshake. And Shauna's just there, excuse me guys, don't ignore me, don't leave me behind. Makes her really jealous. Alright, so we are going to come this way. And what we have here are rock flies. Rock flies are really nice when they're around. Generally, if there's rock flies around, that is an area that you can safely and effectively grind in, especially if you have weaker characters, because what they do is they completely restore your party to max HP, max MP. It's really great. And saves on items if you need to use items. So, we're going to go ahead and use these rock flies to heal up. The light from a rock firefly has healing power. Well, Shauna learned at least one thing. Again, that is so mean. It's like, Dart, be nice to your childhood friend, man. What'd she ever do to you? Now, Shauna's telling Dart that she's got a secret, but she's not gonna tell him. But I guess that's what you do with friends. You mess with each other. Anyways, once we finish up this dialogue here, we will go ahead and continue on our way over to Bale, Levitz's hometown. Alright, so we're gonna come grab this item. It's another Angel's Prayer. We're gonna hop up some rocks here. Grab this item, which is another magic item, a burnout, so we'll take it. And have another random encounter. What do we get this time? Who are our bad guys? We've got some more orcs and a poisonous gas balloon. Now what it's actually called, I'll find out here momentarily. Ugly balloon. That's what it is called. An ugly balloon. Probably because he's so gosh darn ugly, huh? So, let's try and take out one of these orcs, because they can be problematic. So we will focus all of our attacks on one of them. Now, if we're lucky, the ugly balloon won't cause any status effects on us. They can do that. Generally, they poison us. Not so fun. Alright, so that orc is still at half health right now. Well, not anymore. He's getting a second heal. The balloon might have feelings, but we're not the ones who named it. And it's not our fault if it happens to be true. I mean, that thing is ugly. I mean, just look at it. It's just floating there, trying to mind his own business, but it... I don't know. Too many fat rolls for my liking. Not that I'm one to talk, I mean... But what can you do, right? $10 damage to Lavitz. Alright, let's go, Orc Buddy. So with the addition of the Bastard Sword, Dart is now doing 13 damage to these orcs, which is better than 10. Not a dramatic increase, but more damage is more damage. But we do still want to try and kill our orc friend here, while the ugly balloon just slowly tries to chip away at our health. Alright, so let's see what you can do, Shauna. More than 3 damage, please. 5! We'll take it. And Dart will go ahead and finish it off here. And now, we've just got the ugly one left to deal with. Alright, let's go. Harpoon! So, almost done with this fight. 23 damage from Dart. Now that's quite a bit. And that is the ugly balloon down for the count. And we did get 30 experience for that. That's not too bad. Alright, and we'll go ahead and use these rock fireflies again. Now, we've got two paths here. We can either go up or go down. Let's see which way we want to go. Alright, let's grab this item here. It's a charm potion. Okay, so that is actually the way out and the way we do want to go. But we do want to fully explore this area, because exploring is fun. Alright, what do we got here? We got ourselves a big ass spider. I absolutely hate spiders, and in my opinion, all spiders must die. And this is even called, fittingly, Evil Spider. That's the button I want. So we will go ahead and kill this evil little bastard. Alright, so Dart took half its life away. Let's see, and yep, and Lavitz was able to finish it. And it gave us an angel's prayer. How nice. Still gonna kill it. Alright, so what do we got going on up here? Yes. We have a toad that we have to try and catch. Now, unfortunately, because I got stuck again, it might take a minute to actually catch this toad. Come here, little toady friend. We are getting closer to it. Alright, we caught it. Now it's going to run up there. We just going to follow it up that way and it'll drop another item for us. That item being a guard poison, or poison guard. And we get a spark net there. We'll go ahead and take that. So I do just need to adjust positions here. Fortunately, my arm's giving me some issues. So let's go ahead and adjust my camera while I'm at it. Hello guys. Okay, so we're gonna go back to the area we were in before and take the other path so we can get that other item. Alright, what do we got here? We've got an ugly balloon, another ugly fella, along with a screaming bat. So Dart, I'm going to go ahead and have attack the ugly balloon, since he does deal massive damage to it. And Shauna will guard as always. Hazardous gas. So that's going to go ahead and poison Albert, or wow, not Albert, Lavitz. Don't pay any mind to that mix-up. Alright, so in Lavitz, we'll go ahead and fail my addition. I mean, that's not Lavitz's fault, that was totally mine. But Lavitz will get another chance here to go ahead and go after this screaming bat. And Shauna's going to get a couple turns in a row here. Shauna is one of the fastest characters you can get, so she does go quite often. Alright, Lavitz, Let's get your harpoon. Now, I could have ended that a lot sooner, but I really wanted Lavitz to get his 1 addition point into harpoon that he gets. And what I'm going to do is I need to check my additions for dart. Okay, we've got 5 more to go, then it's at max level. So just want to try and keep that in mind on how many more uses we have. So we're just going to go ahead and make our way down this path to get the item that's up here. Now, I did not know that frog respawned. I wonder if it'll drop another item if we catch it again. I will have to go and find out. It'll be interesting if it did. Oh, whoops, that is not what I wanted to do. Wrong direction. What's going on here? My controller, I'm not sure what's going on with it, but there we go. Got it working again. The controller temporarily stopped working. I'm not sure what happened there. Batteries might be dying in it. I'm not sure. But we'll see how much more further this controller can get us before we have to change the batteries. Alright, so we've got ourselves a couple more orcs and another ugly balloon. Alright, we'll go ahead and guard with Shauna. And let's go ahead and start going for our double slash. There's 1 for our double slash. Let's go for our harpoon. Not quite enough to kill the orc, but Shauna just might be able to kill it. She does, before it got to try doing any healing shenanigans. Alright, let's go ahead and take out this ugly balloon. So that's 2 for double slash. Let's go ahead and let Shauna heal up again. It's a good thing we did guard there, because that will prevent us from getting poisoned. Get our harpoon off there. And now we're just down to 1 little measly orc who thinks he can do something to us, but he really can't. But it won't stop him from trying. We'll take all the misses we can get, because we do want Shauna to stay topped off health-wise, because we don't want to try focusing on healing her in the middle of a boss fight. We want her dealing damage for us. Alright, and I believe this is double slash number 3. It's either 3 or 4. I've already lost count. I suck at counting sometimes, because I'm not paying attention. I should pay attention more, right guys? Alright. I kind of want that to go down a little bit more. There we go. Gotta make sure the full beard is in view. I have an obsession with my beard. Like, I love my beard. I've been growing this for about a year now. And I think it's looking pretty good. It doesn't grow that fast, but at least it's growing in evenly. Funny story about my beard. I have struggled with my beard for many, many years. And what I mean by struggle is, at first, it was actually very hard for me to grow out my beard. Mainly because when my beard first started coming in high school, this was, how old am I now? I'm 13, so 13, 14 years ago. My beard attempted to grow in, but it was very slow at it. Slow to the point that it only grew on one side of my face, which was my left side. And for the longest time, people was actually thinking I was doing it on purpose because for the longest time before I started shaving, is I would only have facial hair on my left side of my face, not on my chin, not on my right side, just hair right here. That was it. And people thought I was doing that on purpose. I wasn't. That's just how it wanted to start out. And then after that, it still took many, many years, because after that, what my beard wanted to do is it would come in patches. Like I would have the left side grow in, a piece grow right here, and a piece grow right here. And it would just very slowly started filling in everywhere else until I got what you see now. It took 14 years to be able to get a beard that would actually grow in full and grow in evenly. And I tell you what, at first it was a little frustrating, because I have, ever since I was a kid, for as long as I can remember, I have always wanted a beard. Like, I love beards, I want beards, I like my beard. But I was always so discouraged in growing my beard because it never grew like everyone else's. Like, my older brothers, even my twin brother, at first could grow a much better beard than me. Like, my dad could grow this glorious beard, and it's like, I want that beard, but my body's like, nah, you don't need one like that, you're good. And it's like, no, give it to me. But finally, this about 2 years ago, when I was 28, that won't work for him. Leather jacket. We'll get the leather jacket to Shauna. But finally, my beard can actually grow in full. It makes me very happy, and I can't wait until it gets longer. I'm going to keep growing this. I want it down to about the middle of my stomach, is about as how far down I would love this beard to go. It'd make me very happy. I want it long. I want to be able to braid it just for funsies. And it'll be exciting when I can finally get it that long. But what you see here is about a year's worth of growth, and it goes down to about the top of my chest. So we the team heard a noise in the cave. It's like, that must be the monster of the cave. And Dart's like, Shauna, step back, be safe. But instead, she steps forward. It's like, don't worry about me, I'll help, I can help. I don't know if I want a beard that long, autonomic, but we'll see what happens. But what I'm looking at right now, if the rate of growth that my beard continues having, it'll probably be another 5 or 6 years until I just get it down to the middle of my stomach. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and fight this giant centipede. I don't like that Shauna got poisoned right away. So we're going to go ahead and use Dart to use a body purifier on her, because we want her staying alive. And then Shauna, let's go ahead and see how much damage a burnout will do. Alright, let's go. There's our 200%. We got 268% there, 67 damage. That's a lot of damage. Okay, so this thing is called Urobolas. It's basically a, whoops, haha, I distracted myself. It's basically a giant centipede. And if it was not for Shauna, this would be a much more difficult fight, because we don't really do much damage. But because of Shauna and her magic capabilities, as you saw with that last burnout, we can deal massive amounts of damage to it. So we're going to go ahead and use another burnout. And we're just going to watch that damage grow. So another 268 damage. our percent damage, landing us another 67 on that. So this boss is already half dead. But yeah, compared to Dart's 23 damage, Lavitz's is I think that said 13. We really don't deal much damage. So thankfully, no one got poisoned there. Now he thinks going up there is going to protect him, but let's go ahead and use a spark net. I'm curious to see how much damage this will do. And our numbers is going to look like 67 still. So yeah. So when he's up there, Dart and Lavitz cannot reach him. Now Shauna can reach him with her attacks because she uses a bow, but it does such little damage that it's not even worth it. But this last magic item here, Burnout, should be enough to go ahead and take it out. We're gonna roast his face like we always do. Well, not always, he's just up in the air where we can go ahead and roast it. Dart's gonna go in for the final attack. But yeah, Shauna, completely overpowered even this early in the game. All simply because of her magic stat. Magic is broken in this game. They're here congratulating themselves and want to keep moving on. Now, unfortunately, they think the Ouroboros is dead, but we're going to see its tongue move around there, signifying that it's not quite dead, and it's going to try and bite Shauna here. But it's going to find itself vaporized. Yeah, this thing really never stood a chance against us at all. But it's gone now, completely vaporized, destroyed, will never be seen again. And everybody's just like, what was that? What did you do? That is unnatural. What's wrong with you? So we did get 50 gold, we got a War God's Amulet, and most importantly, 400 experience. That'll get us at least one level on everybody, which we will take. So that gets us up to level 6, which is awesome. So, and then I need to double check and verify what the War God Amulet does, but just give me a brief moment. Unfortunately, my e-cig is demanding to be refilled, so one must refill it when it demands. So she's gonna go and collapse there. Dart's like, what happened? What did you do? Shauna is just gonna be like, I don't know. Which she doesn't. She doesn't know what happened. I know what happened. I know what's going on, but we don't learn anything about Shauna until I believe the end of Disc 2, beginning of Disc 3. Like, we learn pretty much everything by the beginning of Disc 3 in this game. So, we're just going to go ahead and get through this dialogue. And from here, my controller is being pouty. Why are you being all pouty? Anyways, we can go ahead and get out of the limestone cave here. Almost. I mean, we are at the exit. Looks like we'll probably end up with one more random encounter before we can leave. But that's alright. Like, we've taken out the big bad monster of this cave. But anything else that they throw at us, it means nothing. Ah, we get to see some slimes before we leave. So these little humanoid creatures are slimes. you're gonna have to excuse me, guys. My controller is being pouty. I don't know what's going on with it. I just might have to get some new batteries for it. Slimes. That's not good, because now we can't attack with lavets. The only one we have left to attack with is Dart. But thankfully, he can take them out in one hit. But for right now, Shauna and Lavitz are stuck guarding. But that's alright. Dart will go ahead and finish off these slimes for us. Creepy little bastards. Alright, now, I completely forgot and should have been paying attention, but at this point, Dart's addition for double slash is maxed out. In fact, we used 3 more than we needed. So we will go ahead and switch him over to Volcano. So this one requires 3, so 3 button presses to complete the addition. And Harpoon is 2 away from being level 3, so it's getting there. It's still got a ways to go. Alright, let's go ahead and grab this chest here, which gave us 50 gold. That's awesome. We'll take all the gold we can get, because we want all the gold. We're greedy like that. We want that gold. And we're going to get one more random encounter just before we get to our next town here. And it is just a singular ugly balloon. Alright, so give me one moment. Alright, let's go ahead and... Really, controller? Alright, we're going to guard with Shauna. And we're going to go ahead and make sure we get our first volcano off with Dart. So what you just saw there with the red, so normally when it comes to the blue here, you have to press X. When a red square comes up, that means the monster is trying to counter us and attack back. So during that, you have to time and press the circle button to prevent the monster from countering us and hitting us back. So we were able to do that successfully. Once you have 3 or more additions, the monsters can start countering you. So, just before we enter the city, we are going to go ahead and save again, make sure we don't lose any data, any progress. And we can go ahead and go into the city of Bale. Let's go. Indel's Castle. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do is come into the bar here and talk to the barkeep and buy some spirits. Oh, whoops, wrong option. Let me talk to you again. Yes, I would like to buy a bottle of spirits from you. And we got some good spirits, which is nice. Now, we can't use it ourselves, but we do need it when it comes to getting down this path here. Hello, good sir. Smells like spirits. And they're good ones. Oh, you're gonna give me spirits? Brother, you're generous. Well, I'll have it. He just takes it from us. We get no confirmation. Like, sure, I'll give you this bottle of spirits that I just spent 100 gold on when I really don't have much gold at this point. And it's like rude. So, right, can't go through this area yet, but I'm opening it right now because I can. So we're gonna head back. And we've got a fairly big place to explore. And now I don't remember all the buildings that I need to go into, so I'm just going to search around. We've got a chest here that we can open up. We acquired 50 gold. We've got a guy here girl, who thinks she's an artist. You see, oh my god, it's Sir Lavitz. Oh, Sir Lavitz, please let me draw your portrait. Again. So Lavitz comes here quite often just to let this girl draw him. It'll be done soon. Don't move, don't move. I must draw you, Sir Lavitz. And this just takes a few minutes here. While that's going through, I'm just checking something on my phone here. Yes, here you go. Acquired a portrait of Lavitz. I will cherish this forever. Isn't it a little too handsome? I don't think so. Lavitz is just like, thank you, I will treasure this for all time. Okay, so I pretty much know what I'm looking for now. So we can go ahead and leave this house. And make our way around this lady here. And I do believe I'm going to look in this shop. I don't remember what kind of shop this is. Oh, whoops. Wrong button. Oh, this is the item shop. What can we buy? Well, first off, what can I sell? So I don't need the broadsword anymore. I don't need a bracelet. Don't need the Bennett. What are you doing, controller? So I ended up selling more than I wanted to. Alright, so I'm going to grab 3 spear frosts. And I'm hoping I didn't just accidentally sell. I did not. Okay. So the War God's Amulet increases hit rate for attacks. Makes it easier so we don't miss enemies. So we will hold on to that. Because we might need that for future fights. And you know what, please excuse me guys, I'm going to change the batteries on my controller and see if it will stop being so finicky. I will be right back. Alright, I'm back. Sorry about that. Let's see how our controller will treat us now. Sora here wanted to make an appearance on the camera, so here she is in all her glory. Hoi Sora. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. There you go, doggo. We've already been going for a little over an hour here. We have made it to the city of Bale with Castle Indels. Anyways, we are going to check the water well here. We're going to find ourselves another Stardust. We will take all the Stardust we can get. There's 50 of them in this game that can be collected. That's just an old guy's house. I don't think there's anything in there that we need. Apologies, I just need to double check a couple things here. Okay, so we need to find ourselves the weapon shop. Oh, yes. Yeah, Sora was trying to get into the camera while I was away for a few minutes. So I decided to go ahead and show her again. Here she is. Yeah, you good doggo, huh? Yeah. Okay. Sora definitely is important. She's a sweet dog. Aren't you, Sora? Yeah. Alright. We've got ourselves a big area here. Trying to get around the... Don't want to be rude, but I had to get around the fat woman there. She looks a little chonky. So we found ourselves the weapon shop, and in this bin here, we have another Stardust. Alright, let's go ahead and get the right angle. Here we go. Let's buy something. Do you have anything new that I can use? Yes, the Sparkle Arrow for Shauna. So we'll go ahead and equip that. We've got some Scale Armor for Dart. It doesn't help Levitts at all. Alright, so we've got a Sallet, which will help Dart. It does not help Levitts. What else do we got going on here? Night Shield. So Night Shield is 200 gold. I'm not going to worry about getting everybody Night Shields right now. But I don't need the short bow anymore. Don't need this leather armor. Nor do I need this bandana. So we'll go ahead and sell it all. Alright, now we're going to go ahead and make our way to Indel's Castle, which is up this way. Alright, now we've got a few things to do here. So I'm going to go in through this way first. Grab an item, because we want all items. I just bought one of those and it's going to give me one for free. What a waste of money I just spent. So, I don't know what all items we're gonna... What are you doing, controller? So, my controller is not cooperating with me right now. Okay, I need to stop it. Come to this here. The controller has a mind of its own. Ouch. Ouch. We're gonna... Come on. Reach into the fire. Get another Stardust. And... Need to go this way, I think. No. Nope. We do go back this way. So unfortunately, I ended up taking batteries out of the controller and putting in more used batteries because I don't have any new batteries laying around. Do I need you to get closer to the console? Is that what's going on? Do you just need to be closer to the console? I don't know what's going on. Although my console is actually fairly close to me. It's like less than 5 feet away. So I don't think the range on this controller is so bad that it needs to be more than 5 feet away. So we're going to come down here. We're going to turn this wheel. And it's going to open up some doors for us, which we will go and take advantage of later. Alright. And we are now officially inside of Indel's castle. Let's see if I can remember my way around here. Okay, we do need to go up to the next floor now. Alright, what do we need in Indel's castle? We got that one. 3rd floor. Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. So, on this floor... Come on. No, I don't want to talk to you. That's not making any sense. Yeah, no, we're in the right spot because my controller's being so finicky I can't get the right angles. Alright, so we need this nice lady to go ahead and move for us. We're gonna come to this... Ah, that's right. Don't block me, sir. Come on, I want this chest. Alright, that's 100 gold. We'll go ahead and take that. We like our gold. Alright, we're going to take a scenic route outside. And got more ladders to go down. I'm going to go ahead and grab us whatever this is. What are you? Active ring. Alright, reset the controller. So if this controller keeps throwing issues, I might not stream for much longer until I can, or at least this game in particular, until I can get some brand new batteries instead of using used ones. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and come up here. And we get to talk to King Albert now. Okay, yep, Lavitz is just saying he's back from the field. Oh, Lavitz, I was feeling uneasy because I heard you were missing. King Albert, I swear, has a guy boner for Lavitz. It's not that he's into Lavitz, he just gets a guy boner for Lavitz. Lavitz is just an amazing stand-up guy. Everybody loves this dude, including myself. But Lavitz is loyal, he's a great guy. Everybody needs a Lavitz in their life. That's all there is to it. Everybody needs a Lavitz in their life. So here we find Minister Noish as well, who Dart wants to talk to. Again, to try and ask about the black monster. Oh, Noish, please don't tease me. Lavitz is a friend from my childhood as well as a master of martial arts. Anyways, where have you been? So Lavitz is just gonna tell his king here that he was captured by Sandora and was in Helena. That's where he met us. We met Lavitz there in Helena. And then he's just gonna sing our praises because we are such good people, although we are really just after one thing, really. And that's to find the black monster. Let me introduce these people to you. Shart and Wow. Dart and Shauna. They are from Celis. Celis? Celis? I don't know. I will get that name right eventually. I thank you for saving Lavitz. I appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. In gratitude for this, tell me if you need anything. So, Dart's gonna go ahead and ask his favor. He's gonna ask Minister Noish about the Black Monster. But first, he wants to know if it's possible for them to take care of Shauna, which this is just gonna piss Shauna off. She's been longing for Dart for 5 years, and he's already trying to pawn her off to somebody else. This is just gonna piss her off. But from his point of view, he thinks he's trying to do the right thing, because at this point he knows that Sandora wants Shauna for some reason. He doesn't know what that reason is, but he thinks she'll be safe here if she stays here. And Shauna's just like, is that the reason you brought me here? Shauna, don't be like this. But she's gonna plead her case here. She wants to be able to walk next to Dart. She's been working towards that. Shauna is a sweet girl, though. Like, Dart needs to be nicer to her. That's all there is to it. Unfortunately, you cannot leave her here. Go King Albert. He saw what was going on. He's like, you know what? I'm gonna say no. This girl wants you, man. But his excuse is that because Sandora's obtained a dragon, and he doesn't think the castle will be safe. But he does bring up our next area that we're going to go to, Hoax. We're going to go and try and save the town of Hoax. So hopefully my controller will be good enough to get us through Hoax. Because I do want to get through the boss fight there in Hoax. Before I end this recording. There is no hope. So Dart's just telling her, it's going to be more dangerous from now on. Are you sure you want to come with me? And Shauna's just going to be like, yes, I want to be with you. You are the one. Dart will eventually, hopefully, see that. Then he's going to take back his request, and now he's going to ask about the Black Monster to Minister Noish here. In which he's going to go ahead and say that his head is filled with all the legends and history of the continent of Ediness. I don't know how that's pronounced. The continent that we are on. So Dart's just going to bring up his hometown of Neat that was attacked 18 years ago. Let's see what Minister Noish has to say. You were a victim of the devil. I want to hear everything. Please tell me about it. There's hardly any information left. Everything that was related to him was reduced to ashes. The only thing I know is the Black Monster is called the Devil that disobeyed the Great Existence, and it is known for devouring the god. So that's to be expected on what gets passed down mouth to mouth, because most information on the Black Monster has been destroyed by the Black Monster. But 11,000 years. Yes, the Black Monster has been around for 11,000 years. And surprisingly, it shows up in history beginning 11,000 years ago. Which, as we're going to learn here, 11,000 years ago was the time of the Dragon Campaign, which was a great war that was fought. And we do get to learn more about that further we get into the game, because that surprisingly will actually play a big part in what's going on in the events of this game. So instead he's going to tell us the story of the Dragon campaign. So enjoy.
As if they were gods, Winglies ruled over all living creatures and used them as slaves. The enslaved suffered a terrible domination and injustice. Their anger turned to a flame of fury. Then a gust of wind blew throughout the lands, spreading the flame to a blazing fire. The wind was Emperor Diaz. 7 incarnations of dragons served the Emperor. Their bravery inspired people to take up arms. Thus began the Dragon campaign. It was a harsh war. Both people and Winglies suffered countless injuries and fatalities. After a long period of suffering, it was the humans who acquired the future. The age of humans had begun.
Alright, so we just learned some history there about the Dragon campaign. While that was going though, I decided to love on both my dogs here. This one is a big puppers. Let's go off to the side now. I need to play game again. Okay. So basically the Dragon campaign was a big war fought between humans and Winglies. And humans fought against the Winglies using dragons. But on how humans controlled dragons in the past has been lost to the ages. So, but that's something we'll learn more about later on as well. So the big one that you just saw there though, Roxanne, this one here, come here big one. This is Noelle. She is a border collie mix with what was it? I think what kind of Kelpie are you? One of the Kelpies. I can't remember which Kelpie it is, but she's big dog. I'm slightly allergic to Noelle. It's her dander. It'll cause me to break out in hives. So unfortunately I can't hold her for too long or it does cause problems. But it's not gonna stop me from loving her because she's a good doggo. Yeah, you're a good doggo, huh? It's unfortunate that I am allergic to her. But I do what I can to make her feel loved. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Alright, so we're just gonna finish out this dialogue. We're gonna spend the night here in the castle, and then we will continue our journey, and we will be heading to Hoax. But we do have just 2 more Stardust left to gather here in Bale. There was 6 total, but we've already grabbed 4 of them. So we've just got 1 more to grab, or 2 more to grab, I mean. We're gonna go for the first one first. I went the wrong way. We gotta go down the stairs. And this time we will... Oh, we gotta wait in the castle. I probably should have been reading the dialogue. It would have told me what I needed to do, instead of assuming that I was further than I am. But what I need to do is come out this way and talk to Shauna. And have a nice view of the countryside. From here we can see all of Basil. Might we even be able to see Celise from here? Celise is over the mountain. Besides, we cannot see it anyway because we are so far away. Hope everybody's safe though. Dart's just gonna reassure. I'm sure everybody's okay. They're doing fine. There was some survivors. So, Lavitz is saying here, according to the brief by my aide, most of the people in the village are safe. Dart's relieved to hear that, because he was really worried about his fellow villagers. I mean, they were attacked by a dragon after all. But Lavitz is saying, we have bad news. Sandora is now readying itself to attack us. They are planning to use the dragon for the offensive on Hoax. A dragon? If they release that monster in the battle, it will be total genocide. Our role as the knighthood is to stop it. I am heading to Hoax now. Maintaining the battle line will determine the future of Basel. So Dart's just pondering. I have lived only for myself. I believed it was something I had to complete by myself, even if I had to leave Shauna and the people of the village behind. But when I came back, look at this. I almost lost my hometown again. So he's feeling really bad. But here now we get our epic music playing. I love this soundtrack. It sounds so good. But he's going to go ahead and invite himself onto Hoax along with Shauna here, because he doesn't want to see the bloodshed anymore. Lavitz is going to go ahead and ask about the Black Monster. And Dart's, we have to end the war first. Understandable. Black Monster's been around for 11,000 years. He's not going anywhere. Or, well, I should say she's not going anywhere. Anyways. And Shauna, of course, I'm going too. I cannot stand the war either. I can fight. She can certainly fight with magic. We will take her magic skills. And now we have to prepare. Then let's go to Bale now. There are item shops, weapon shops, and my home. Please, come meet my mother. She will be happy. So, from this point, now we can go ahead and leave the castle. We get to go meet Lavitz's mother. Wonderful woman. I mean, she raised an amazing child. That woman deserves all the praise. She raised him right for sure. Alright, we're going to go ahead and make our way out now. Come on, controller. I would like to move now. Alright. And we walked out the front this time instead of sneaking in through the basement. Although we could have walked in through the front the entire time, but we wanted to get the stardust that was in the basement. So, we're gonna make our way back to the beginning of the village, where we first entered. And since we pulled that wheel in the castle, we can now go this way and get the stardust that is at the end of this path for us. Let's make our way. And we will get to go on a boat ride. Boats are so much fun. I've actually never been on a boat in real life, but I hope to one day. I think that'd be exciting. Alright, let's keep on moving. Alright, now we get to go on our boat ride. But I think it'd be a lot of fun to go on a boat, and I hope to experience that one day. Now, for what kind of boat, I don't know yet. I think I'd probably have the most fun going on a fishing boat, because I actually do enjoy fishing. Fishing's a lot of fun, and fish is delicious too. So I think I would really like going on a fishing boat. I don't know if so much about a cruise, but we'll see what the future holds. So we're just going on this long boat ride here. Interesting. It's just taking us in a big circle. That's not right. Oh no, we're getting close to it. That's right. It goes for a while. Here we go. We want to get off here. And we'll go ahead and go through the door, and our stardust will be at the end of this hallway here, in with these barrels. And now we have one last stardust left to get, but we will have some dialogue and some cutscenes to get through first before we can get it. But we're just going to go ahead and finish our circle and go back to where we started when we first got on the boat. But given the time that this game was released in, 2009, this really is some beautiful scenery. Especially for the PlayStation 1. And the graphics look really good, too. Alright. We're going to go ahead and hop off the boat. Come on, controller. Alright, so at this time, that controller is dead in the water. It is not working anymore. Where's this one? Yeah! Okay, sorry about that if that was loud. Alright, this controller isn't going to work because it is registered as second player. Okay. So turning the controller off for a few seconds seems to allow me to move it again. So I'm going to go ahead and rush towards a save point. And unfortunately, I think I'll have to end my stream once I get to that save point because my controller is just giving me too many issues. I probably just need to go pick up some new batteries, get them replaced, and get it working again. Alright, we're going to head up these stairs, and there should be a save point in here. Yes. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and save this. And we now have 6 Stardust in our inventory. We have 1 Stardust left to get here in Bale, which we will actually get inside of Lavitz's house when we get there. So, for our next video, when I stream this again, I'm not sure when that will be at this time, we will go meet Lavitz's mother, get our last Stardust, and then we can move on to Hoax. Unfortunately, I didn't get to do everything I wanted to do today, but we did make some good progress. We did get through another mini boss fight, the Urobolas, giant centipede. So I'm going to go ahead and end my stream here. I do want to thank everybody who joined in today. I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.